my my P2 base plan file, okay? I'm gonna click that, and I'm going to hit import. Close. It told me all of my results. I'm good. So this looks familiar, does it not?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm hoping that this thing is layered out, of which it is. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna turn the layers on that are only the outlines.
But it had to be in AutoCAD?
Huh?
Did it have to come from
Wait,
AutoCAD?
DWG.
Did it have to come from AutoCAD?
Yeah, because you said it was in AutoCAD.
It's a DWG file.
Import. Wait.
Just because it's a DWG file doesn't mean
there
it
it is.
came from AutoCAD, but AutoCAD's native file type is DWG, so maybe so. But you can export as a DWG out of Illustrator or any vector-based software.
Okay.
So
Where
I'm going to, I turn my trees off, I turn everything off to start. I'm going to turn my contours back on. I just wanted to find where my contours were. I don't want anything on that's not my contours. This outline I also need because I'm going to draw that outer boundary. That's not contours. Those are my contours. So this is basically what I need. Okay? What is this triangle going? I don't know what that is. All right.
That's north.
Huh?
Is that north?
No.
Oh, okay, maybe so, but it already has something on the side. But that's
north.
we can just disregard that. So I have this. What I want to do is already like connected. I'm gonna double click inside to where I can select each line. Now you'll notice that each line is like a bunch of little lines together. SketchUp breaks down your splines and reads them like this. Now what I need to do, however, is draw the back outer portion of this so I can give it the boundary, and I'm gonna move it and copy it up in 10-foot increments.
So starting with ground level and then moving outside?
Yes. So ground level is just a rectangle. Right here, right? We know this. I can turn my numbers on just to remind me. No, I don't want the trees on. But where are the numbers? Oh, the numbers didn't import in anyway, so it didn't read the text. So what I'm going to do is, like, what I would do instead, then I would just read from my PDF. I have a PDF that lets me know what everything is. I can use as a reference. I know this one goes up from 400. This one goes up to 480, right? This one here goes up to 480. So actually, people, dang, is that true? This side actually has more work. The winery people?
Boathouse. Thank you.
Did y'all see this?
Okay.
The boathouse ranges from 410 to 460. The winery ranges from 400 to 480.
Can we switch?
No. Now the good thing is though, once it does that, it's little pieces right here. So there's a bunch of little pieces as you stack that up. But you have to count. You can't just jump from 460 to 470 like that's just one step. No, you need 5 incremental steps that incrementally change from this shape to that shape with all these tick marks. And then also the 480 to 470, what you would just do is offset this little peanut thing like out a little bit to make it look more like 470 shape. Y'all get that? By Monday. So that requires a lot more stacks, but y'all can do it. I mean, it's not easy, but
Well, and for some of those, wouldn't you be able to use? I mean, you don't need full sheets for the 480.
no, you don't. For a lot of these, you don't need full sheets for it. Like a sheet can probably do a bunch of these stacks.
Yeah.
Like all these stacks at one time. Because it's so small. Yes.
Okay, so I have a question.
What I need to do now is to make every component. Now, let me make this clarification again. For the actual SketchUp file, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to draw every contour and extrude everything up in 2-foot increments. SketchUp, the actual site modeling tool, will guesstimate for you the in-between, will naturally find the in-between increments for you. So all you really need are these existing increments, okay? So if I know that this level is 400, 400 is what my base square is. You understand that? If you look at OPDF, and 480 is where my top point is. So what I'm gonna do is the pieces that are already enclosed, these 2 pieces, I'm just gonna copy them up right now, okay? I'm gonna take this little peanut shape here and I'm gonna copy it up how far? If my 0 plane is technically representative of my 400 plane,
80.
and this is 480, how much?
80.
80. I'm going to select this piece, I'm gonna copy it up 80. I need to go in here first. I'm gonna select this piece. Oh, just that. And make sure I select all of my pieces alone. And then I'm gonna go to a front view. I'm gonna change my view to my camera view to parallel projection. I'm gonna move this up 80 feet, 80 feet, enter. Okay? There it is all the way up there. Y'all with me? All right, we got that part done. Let's go to the next one. So that you see that's 80 feet just in there chilling. Right?
That's where the Care Bears live.
Huh?
Where the Care Bears live.
Yeah, where the camera is. Okay. I don't know how you got to but
It looks like a cloud.
now I'm gonna select my next piece, and this one is representative of what in the plan, in the PDF? Y'all know this?
70.
70. So how high in the air I'm gonna move it up?
70.
Well, it's representative of 470, but I'm gonna move it up 70. So yeah, you're right. Okay, make sure I select all the pieces.
How do you get rid of the trees again?
I just turned the layer off. It's one of these layers.
Okay.
I unfolded the layers and I just clicked around because I didn't know what layer was to create the file. I just turned that layer off. So I'm gonna go back to my front view now, and I'm going to move this up how much? 70 feet. Oh, y'all picking it up. You know, y'all getting there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just move each one up, whether it has the outline all the way through or not. And then I can finish the outline in 3 dimensions, and I'll show you because it's fairly simple. So this one I'm gonna move up how much? 60, then 50, then 40, then 30, then 20, then 10, right? I'm gonna just move all of those up while we're here. I'm gonna select them. Now, if you guys have this open, you can be doing this with me if you want. Nothing's stopping you.
Well, we gotta make all the lines first.
You don't need to do the incremental lines for this.
Oh.
You don't because for the model, the thickness of the chipboard is 2 feet, so you got to do it in 2 foot increments.
So that's only for the physical model.
For the physical model,
Okay.
for the 3D, when I
Well,
tell this to
so
find
import
the
it,
curve
what
and
is
shape,
coming in.
it's going to interpolate how that transitions into that. So it'll give me something natural. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So does that mean every digital model will look the same?
Every digital model is gonna look the same, site-wise. Ellie, you look like you don't like that.
No.
I was like, she's like,
no.
okay.
I was
I
just
don't want
wondering,
my looking
because
at it.
if we're,
It's fine. I mean, okay. Well, for the most part, though, even the physical models are gonna look a lot the same because you were working inside very limited boundaries anyway. But then you're gonna put your own design for it. So I'm gonna select all these lines carefully, being careful not to select anything else up or around it. Oh no, I did not do that.
Wait, do you have to ungroup it? Because when I select something, it's selecting everything.
You can double click into the group and then work while you're in the group. It's like in group edit mode. You don't have to ungroup, you can. It's, you know, your
Because I want to get rid of those sites I'm not working on.
I'm mad that I just clicked everything and I clicked off by mistake, which happens sometimes to people. I was close to the end and then something happened and I clicked off. Alright, so I'm going to go through and select all of these. I'm gonna move it up. So this is tedious work. I mean, y'all know what it is, but because we have a little more time, I'm just gonna go through and do it with you guys so we can get through to it. And hopefully, like, it'll get you closer. So I'm gonna move this again. How high? 6. How high? So high to rock with kids. This guy. So this one I'm gonna copy.
Is that when
up.
you're on elevation?
Huh?
What level is it?
I'm at elevation. Now you see how this line is sticking with it? I want you guys to see this in 3 dimensions. You see what's happening? These tick marks are like, I wanna go with you. Because they're connected to the tick marks. I'm just gonna move it up and I'm gonna delete the tick marks, actually, okay? So I'm gonna move it up 60 feet, enter. And I'm gonna delete these tick marks. I don't need them. They're annoying. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this line and just draw the end of that because I have to draw an end to it. I have to enclose it. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna, but I only want the line, so I'm gonna delete that. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna move to the next one. Huh? Inches? No. So right now, whenever you work in 3D, these are real feet represented. And this is drawn, when you're in 3 dimensions, this is an endless landscape. You see how, this is endless, this is a world size, right? So what I can do is, I can always draw this to the actual size that it represents in real life. So the 240 by 240 outline, that's actually 240. The 80 feet in the air that the top piece is going, that's really 80 feet. But then when I print it or do something else with it, then I'll scale it down. You know what I'm saying, Rafi?
Yeah.
Always remember that when you're working in
What's
3D
the-
landscape,
To copy is what?
well, you move it and you hit control when you move. But I didn't copy, I just moved it and deleted the lines. I was gonna copy it, but no, it's better visually if you see the lines disappear as they move up, so I'm just gonna move them.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, now I'm gonna move this. Now I can move it in 3D as long as I know that when that blue line, you see how it's blue? That lets me know I'm moving straight up and down. If it's black or whatever, it's moving whatever way. If it's red, it's moving directly left, right. If it's green, it's moving forward, backwards. Okay, but I'm gonna move it blue, straight up and down. I'm gonna move this from how high into the sky? 50. And I'm gonna delete these little tick mark lines. They don't matter to me. Sorry, tick marks. You never mattered. Alright, now I'm gonna draw the end of this. Now you'll see that, well, let me delete this part first. Let me delete the plane in here first. But you'll see that for this next one, it actually carries off to the right and to the left and over again, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, when I draw, I'm gonna move this up, and then I'm also gonna copy up this initial rectangle as a reference, so I can trim it the way I want. Like you'll see when I do it. That's a 2-part step, because I need that back edge, I need it to stay consistent with the 15 by 15 outline, okay? Alright, click back in, double click back in. Select all my lines, hold control to keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. It's tedious, but you know, it gets the job done. Alright, so I selected all of my pieces again. I'm gonna copy this up. How high was that? 40 now?
How high?
What's this? 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. So I'm gonna move this one up 40 feet straight up. Alright, so that's 40 feet. Delete these tick marks, because again, they never mattered. And what I'm also gonna do is just select this outline. And this one I'm gonna copy up because I need to keep using it as a reference for the next one and the next one. So I'm creating copies as I move this one up. So I'm gonna hit move, click here, and I'm gonna hold control. And I'm gonna copy a copy of it up 40 feet, along with it. Oh, I did 4 feet, shoot. Now I gotta move it up another 36. All right, so that's what I got, right? So now, I can just click and delete it. The good thing about SketchUp is whenever lines intersect, it automatically trims it. So because those lines intersect, I can delete that over there. I can delete that long extra line over there. And so now what I have is a full back. Y'all get that? All right. So now I'm gonna keep doing. I got my 30, my 20, and my 10 to go, and then I'm just about done. And I'm gonna turn them ticks off if I can.
So what about the other line? That won't matter? So all these other little teeny little lines?
The little tick marks?
No. Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm gonna turn those off. I'm gonna turn the ticks off because they're ticking me off. See, you didn't hear my joke, man. I'm on here, man. Look, all day. I'm here all day. Okay? You didn't get my jokes. Anyway, so I'm gonna select my 30 level line now.
I think you missed the part closer to the line.
Oh, I did. See? Good eye, Kira. For real. Because that one little thing can mess up a whole model. Y'all know that, right? One thing not being enclosed. So that's a good eye right there.
Oh,
So when something goes wrong or something, like, you gotta backtrack and figure that out. Like, what went wrong? What have you? Now, you'll notice that I'm going to move these lines up first because I only want one copy of my outlines. And I'm going to copy up that back outline because I need to keep making copies of it, okay? Alright, so I got all of those. I'm gonna move it
Wait, that's 70. So if I went up 10.
up 30 is what I'm on now, right?
Yes.
30 feet, I'm gonna delete these two ticks, because again, they never mattered. Alright, then I'm gonna copy this back outline. I'm gonna copy it up, so move, and I'm gonna hit control to copy it, and I'm gonna say 30 feet to be on the same level. And then again, I can just delete the excess of that line, and I have my outlines yet again. Alright, so we're moving now, right? We're getting there. We're getting something that looks like it might be a cool contour now. Alright. I do the same thing here. All the way through, all the way through. Are you guys recording this whole thing?
Yeah.
Probably.
Alright, you know what? That's good, because we can probably put that on Blackboard. That's good. Alright, you recorded it. So
Have you set up a
Here we go.
YouTube channel yet?
Yeah, I
Huh?
put up YouTube
I
links and
saw
stuff.
there was some
So
stuff.
I'm gonna
It was just
select
that
every
white stuff was
piece.
blocking the last video.
Every piece is now selected. Again, I'm holding control to select. Shift selects and deselects simultaneously depending on what the previous state of the object was. So I'm not using that, I'm using control instead, which only adds. That way I can overlap and keep adding. Alright, now I'm gonna move this up how high? 20, y'all with me? Alright, 20 feet, enter. I'm gonna delete these two tick marks. I'm gonna then select here, here, and there. Alright, I'm gonna copy that up. Copy it up, so hold control. Give me 20 feet. Alright, now I'm gonna again delete the excess on the edge. So I'm getting there, I got one more to go. Now you'll notice that this one even hits on this side as well. So I have to copy up all four sides for this last piece. Before I do that, I'm gonna delete this arrow. That arrow is just a distraction, it's not a part of the site. I don't want it to get involved in when I try and do my site extrusion. So now I got the last piece, which it gets disconnected. So technically speaking, it's this little piece here and that little piece there. So let me just select all those pieces. Oh, no spaces.
So once you've moved up, you just draw a line on the back end?
Yeah, well, sometimes I can draw a line, but when it goes across a corner and two sides, then I just copy up the reference because it's all there.
Gotcha.
Right, so now I got all these pieces selected. So like for this one, I'm gonna actually copy all four sides because it actually dies into all four sides of the 15 by 15 boundary. So first I'm gonna move this up how high?
Why is mine making it a plane?
Well, when you, it automatically does that. When in SketchUp, whenever you yourself draw the close of a plane, it assumes that the close of a loop, it assumes that you want it to be a plane. So it'll make a plane out of it, but if you don't want it, just delete it.
So basically, we just looking at the picture, and as it's going up by 10, 20, that's the measurement we're using to
Yes.
it up. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna see it when I get to it. So this one I'm copying up. You said 10, right? So 10 feet. I'm gonna move it up 10 feet. I'm sorry. Moving it up 10 feet. I'm gonna delete now these 4 tick marks. Then I'm gonna select all 4 sides of my base outline. I'm gonna copy that up. I'm gonna move, start to move it, and I hit control to make a copy. Move it up how far? 10 feet. And then I'm just gonna delete the excess again. Which is here, 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 and here. Alright. So you see now I have what is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if I count my base level, 9 enclosed loops. Okay? It moves up 8 levels, but I have one at the top and the bottom, so it's technically 9 enclosed loops. Should I get that?
Yeah.
Alright, 9 enclosed loops that define my site. And now I'm gonna go through and tell my site model tool, which I'm gonna show you in the sandbox, to create the site based off of these outlines. First, I want to turn off these annoying ticks. Which one is the ticks? Alright, they're not on their own layer. I might just select all of, oh, well, I can do that, bro. And just delete all of them, but no, what layer are the ticks on? Okay, they're on the same layer as this, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all my loops and I'm gonna put them in their own layer. I'm gonna create a new layer saying outlines. Let me fix my caps lock. Outlines. Okay? Y'all with me, right? And I'm gonna select right now all of my layers that I just created. Is it selected? It's selected? Oh, I gotta click into the group. Okay. Select all the layers I just created again. And then I'm gonna individually select the 4 lines. It's only 4 lines, so 1, 2, 3, and 4.
While
And
you're
then I'm gonna
selecting,
right click here. Oh, you know what? I might need to make a new layer. No, under property. So under entity info here, you see entity info? This tells me everything I need to know. I'm gonna click on this and I'm gonna move it to outlines. I just told all of these to now be on the outlines layer. Y'all get what I'm saying? So now I can turn everything else off and only my outlines will stay there. See, that's clean now, right? Nice and clean, not even the other side is there, so we got it. We're ready. Y'all ready? Alright, I can even turn layer 0 off, but it don't matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my sandbox toolbars on. So if I right click where my toolbars area is, I can turn on sandbox. Again, I don't know exactly why they call it sandbox. I would assume they call it sandbox because it's site contours and manipulation as if you're playing in a sandbox. It's a playful way of saying you're making your own earth, just like you would in the sandbox when you make your sand castles and what have you. Right? So what I'm going to use is my from contours tool. I have to first select the contours though. I'm going to select all my contours. I got to double click in the group, select all my contours, and then I'm going to click from contours. And there we go.
that's it.
This is it. It keeps doing the sides in a weird way. I'm not fully sure why yet, but this is correct everywhere else.
So
So-
when we run into that